Good morning, students. I am Dr.R.Suganya, Department of Computer Science with Cybersecurity. Today we are going to talk about the attacks on backend systems. So, what is backend systems? We have many types of front-end applications like Python, C++, Java. Okay, so for all these applications, we need backend systems. Okay, and how these backend system is being affected? It is being attacked. Okay, so there are some common attacks happens, and what will be the strategies for these attacks? Let us see today. So what are backend systems? Backend systems are the server-side components of an application. They handle data processing, storage and business logic. So we know like it is one of the server-side components. So using the queries we can retrieve particular data. Okay, that is what we know. And how SQL injection happens. So attackers inject some malicious SQL code to manipulate or extract data. Okay, they use some malicious code which is not known by the user. Okay, they use some parameterized queries. Okay, and cross-site scripting targets the cross-site scripting like extended style sheet using the like JavaScripts is being used, right? So targets APIs or web interfaces for backend systems. So it injects malicious scripts into responses and it sends to users. Example like script like alert. And the main impact of this is session hijacking, data theft. Session hijacking means in a particular seconds like 5 seconds, 10 minutes, okay, it will be hijacked. That is called session hijacking. So mitigation, sanitize input, use content security policy. What can be done? Like CSP can be used, that is content security policy. Next is about remote code execution. The attackers execute arbitrary code on the server. Okay, so mainly they use some malicious code on the server to exploit all these. So example, exploiting unpatched software like log4j. Okay, so what will the main impact is the full server compromise and data breaches happens. Okay, so this is one of the thing happening, the remote code execution. Okay, so regular patching, securing coding practices. Okay, all this happens, that is called as secure coding practices. Okay, so remote code execution is always one of the we can say which is used widely, and like cloud based development, like access for powerful resources. Okay, so for these all things it has been used. Okay, and next is API exploitation. Okay, so what is this API? Which is always, it is one of the common entry points for backend attacks. Okay, it refers to identifying and exploiting the vulnerabilities for application programming interfaces. So it can includes like for authentication, input validation, rate limiting, okay, data exposure. For all these types it is being used. Okay, so main consequences of this is data breaches happens, system compromising and reputation will be damaged. Okay, so API is mainly for API main consequences has been all these things: data breaches, system compromise and the reputation will be damaged. Okay, there are many types of API exploitation: authentication, bypass, rate limiting, all that. Okay, and next is about denial of service, overwhelms backend system to disrupt availability. Example, flooding API with request or exploiting resource heavy endpoints. And impact is downtime, loss of service. The main impact is the mitigation will be like load balancers can be used, rate limiting and DDoS protection services can be used. Okay, and next is best practices for securing backend systems. How we can secure this backend system? The best practices will be like input validation. We can now sanitize and validate all user inputs, and mainly the authentication is use strong multi-factor authentication, encrypt data in transit at rest, keep software updates. Okay, always we have to update our software like antivirus, operating systems. Okay, we have to keep updating the latest softwares. monitoring, implement logging and intrusion detection system. So who all are using this particular software or applications? Okay, as any intrusion happens, it has to be monitored via some softwares. And what tools can be used? Tools and technologies we can use, like firewalls. So firewall, we know that it is one of the like a gateway to filter the traffic. Okay, and IDS, intrusion detection and prevention systems, can be used. And CM, security information and event management, for real time monitoring system we need such type tools. And OWASP tools. Okay, so what is this OSP? Is like for vulnerability scanning, open web application security project tools. Okay, so improving the security for web based applications. Okay, and the key takeaways are like backend systems are very critical but vulnerable to attacks. So there are common threats like SQL injection. Okay, and mitigation involves secure coding, encryptions and monitoring, and we have to stay proactive with regular updates and security audits. Thank you.